Hello everyone, welcome to the video lecture of this course finite element method. So this is the third module that we are continuing, and the name of the module it is the two-dimensional problem, and basically deals with the scalar variable problems. So here in this module we have discussed two more lectures earlier, and there we have discussed the finite element modeling for this two-dimensional problem regarding their discretization, their numbering of nodes, all these basic concept parts. After that, we have seen various formula to calculate the shape function, then the stiffness matrix, and based on these different formula, actually we have studied 12 different formulas. So based on those different formula, we have discussed some numericals earlier. So today also we will continue the solution of various other numericals based on the formulas that we have discussed in the earlier lecture. Okay, so let us start this lecture. So the first numerical, it states that we need to calculate the stiffness matrix for the elements which is shown in this figure 1. So the coordinates here are given in units of millimeters, and we need to assume plane stress conditions. So the value of Young's modulus is given 2.1 and 10 to the power 5 Newton per millimeter square. Then the value of nu is given 0.25, and here it is given 10 millimeter. So in this diagram we can see one triangular element it is given, and for the three nodes of these triangles, which are the corner points actually for this triangle, the coordinates are provided. So we need to calculate the stiffness matrix for this given element. So first let us write what are the coordinates given, and corresponding to point 1 we have considered the coordinates as x1 and y1. Similarly, corresponding to point 2 the coordinates we have considered x2 and y2, and corresponding to point 3 we have considered x3 and y3. So these are the things that we have written in this provided diagram. We have denoted the x1, y1, x2, y2 and x3, y3 corresponding to the nodal points, and the value of the Young's modulus, Poisson's ratio and thickness we have written here, which are actually provided in this question. Then we need to find the stiffness matrix, and we need to assume the plane stress conditions. So the formula to calculate the stiffness matrix K, this is actually this equation 1, which is B transpose multiplied by D matrix multiplied by B matrix multiplied by AT. So this is the formula to calculate the stiffness matrix. So that means for the value of T or the thickness it is only given in this numerical, we need to calculate the area, then we need to calculate the B matrix and D matrix. So these are the things that we need to calculate. After that we need to put the values of all these matrices in this stiffness matrix formula, and finally we will be able to calculate the value of the stiffness matrix. So this is the procedure. So that means we need to remember the formula for the B matrix, D matrix and the area of the element. So first let us calculate the area of the element. So the formula to calculate the area of this triangular element, it is actually this half multiplied by the 3 by 3 matrix. Now in this 3 by 3 matrix we are having 1 x1 y1, 1 x2 y2, 1 x3 y3, that means the coordinates of the nodal points. So that means we need to put the nodal point, the coordinates of the nodal points here, and after that we need to perform the matrix multiplication. So in this way we can calculate the area of the triangular element, which is 12.5 millimeters square. Next, we need to calculate the strain displacement matrix, that is the B matrix. So in this B matrix, the formula is 1 by twice A, that value of A, that is the area which we have calculated just now, 12.5 millimeter square. The formula of the B matrix, it is 1 by twice A multiplied by this matrix, which is a 3 by 6 matrix actually. Now in this matrix we can see Q1, Q2, Q3, then R1, R2, R3, all these things are written. So first we need to find the value of this Q1, Q2, Q3 and R1, R2, R3. So the formula to calculate Q1, this is y2 minus y3. So that means the coordinates. Value of the coordinates we need to put here. So the value of y2 is given 5 and y3 is given minus 10. So you can calculate the value of Q1, it is actually minus 5. So in this similar manner, all the other parameters here, Q2, Q3, R1, R2, R3, these are basically related to the coordinates to calculate their value. So in this way we can write their formula, that is Q2 equals to y3 minus y1. So we are getting the value as 2.5. and Q3 we are getting also 2.5. R1 it is x3 minus x2, so it is 0. And then R2 equals to x1 minus x3, which is minus 5, and R3 is x2 minus x1, which is 5. Now we need to put the value of all these Q1, Q2, Q3 and R1, R2, R3 in the B matrix. So, and we need to also put the value of the area. So finally, after 2 or 3 steps, we are getting the value of B, it is 0.1 multiplied by the 3 by 6 matrix. Now next we need to calculate the D matrix, which is actually a stress strain relationship matrix for the plane stress problem. And the formula for this D matrix, it is actually E by 1 by nu square multiplied by a 3 by 3 matrix. So in this formula of the stress strain relationship matrix D, you can see that all the values of E, then that is Young's modulus, then Poisson's ratio, and within the matrix also we need to put the value of Poisson's ratio. So all the values are actually known to us. So that means we can put all the values. These are actually provided in the numerical. So we can put the values of Young's modulus, then Poisson's ratio here, and finally we are getting this D matrix like this as equation number 5. Now we need to multiply the D matrix and the B matrix. So that means there will be multiplication of a 3 by 3 matrix and a 3 by 6 matrix. So this matrix multiplication can do here. So finally we will be getting 5.6 into 10 cube multiplied by a 3 by 6 matrix. So this is the multiplication of D and B matrix, which is our equation number 6. So actually for maximum of the cases we are performing the matrix multiplication. Next we need to perform the transpose of the B matrix. So let us first write the value of the B matrix here from equation number 4. After that we need to perform the transpose of this B matrix. So earlier it was a 3 by 6 matrix multiplied by 0.1. Now it is a 6 by 3 matrix multiplied by 0.1. With the interchange of row and column, it is there. So now to calculate the stiffness matrix, we have seen that there is a multiplication of B transpose multiplied and D and B. So multiplication of these 3 different matrices are there. So that means if we put the values of all these 3 different matrices, then we are getting a matrix multiplication of 6 by 3 and 3 by 6 matrix. So we need to perform this matrix multiplication very carefully, and after several steps we are getting the value, it is 560 multiplied by a 6 by 6 matrix. Now to calculate the final value of the stiffness matrix, we need to put all the values that we have calculated till now. So the first part, 560 into 6 by 6 matrix, it is the multiplication of B transpose D and B. Then we need to put the value of area, which we have calculated 12.5 millimeter square, and finally the thickness, that is T, it is given in the numerical, it is 10 millimeter. So that means finally we are getting the stiffness matrix value in this way, that is 70 into 10 cube multiplied by 6 by 6 matrix. So this is the procedure to calculate the stiffness matrix for a given triangular element. So let us next discuss one more problem. Here it is given that for the plane stress element, which is shown in this figure 1, the nodal displacements, these are given actually. U1 is 2 millimeter, U2 is 0.5 millimeter, U3 is 3 millimeter. Then V1 is given 1 millimeter, V2 is given 0 millimeter, and V3 is given 1 millimeter. So we need to determine the element stresses sigma x, sigma y, tau xy, sigma 1 and sigma 2, and the principal angle theta p. Some data are given in this numerical, that Young's modulus, it is 210 gigapascal, and the Poisson's ratio is given 0.25, and T is given, the thickness it is given 10 millimeter, and it is given that all coordinates are in millimeters. So let us first write what are the things given in this numerical and what are the things that we need to find in this numerical. So the nodal displacements, these are actually given for this two-dimensional problem, that u1, u2, u3 and v1, v2, v3, these are given. And the coordinates of these three nodes 1, 2 and 3, these are given. So corresponding to point 1 we can write x1, y1, and corresponding to point 2 we can write x2, y2, and corresponding to point 3 or node 3 we can write x3, y3. Next, the value of Young's modulus is given 210 gigapascal. So this gigapascal means 210 into 10 to the power 9, because the value of giga is 10 to the power 9 pascal. Now 1 pascal means Newton per meter square. Then from this Newton per meter square you can write the value in Newton per millimeter square, and finally you can write this as 2.1 into 10 to the power 5 Newton per millimeter square. And some unit conversion we have done from gigapascal to Newton per millimeter square. Then the value of Poisson's ratio, it is given 0.25, and thickness of this element it is given 10 millimeter. So these are the things given in this numerical. Now we need to find the normal stress sigma x, normal stress sigma y, then shear stress tau xy, maximum normal stress sigma 1, minimum normal stress sigma 2, and principal angle, which is theta p. So these are the 6 different things that we need to calculate in this numerical. So first we need to calculate the area of this triangular element. And the formula for the area of this element, it is A equals to half multiplied by a 3 by 3 matrix. Now in this 3 by 3 matrix we can see that the values of the coordinates for the three nodes we require to put here. So let us put the values of the coordinates for the three nodes in this formula of the area of this triangular element. And after that we need to perform the matrix multiplication. So finally we are getting the value of the area of this triangular element. It is 2700 millimeters square. So this is our equation number 1. Next we need to find the strain displacement matrix. The formula of the strain displacement matrix, that is B matrix, it is 1 by 2 A multiplied by a 3 by 6 matrix. So here in this 3 by 6 matrix you can see that there are some parameters which are denoted as Q1, Q2, Q3, then R1, R2, R3, like this. So that means in this B matrix we need to find the value of all these 6 parameters. So the formula for all these 6 parameters we need to write first. So Q1, this is equals to Y2 minus Y3, so which is actually minus 90. Then Q2, this is Y3 minus Y1, this is also 90. Then Q3, R1, R2, R3. So that means the values of all these parameters, these are actually related to the coordinates of the nodes or the nodal points of this triangular element. Next, if we substitute the values of all these parameters in the B matrix, then we are getting the value of the B matrix like this. Now we need to put the value of the area of the triangular element also. So finally we are getting the value of the B matrix as equation number 3 here. First we have calculated the area of the element, then we have calculated the B matrix. Next we need to calculate the stress strain relationship matrix D. So the value or the equation for the D matrix, it is E by 1 minus nu square multiplied by 3 by 3 matrix. So here in this stress strain relationship matrix formula we can see that the variables which are given, these parameters, these are Young's modulus and the Poisson's ratio. Now these values of the Young's modulus and Poisson ratio, these are actually given in this numerical. So we need to put the values of these parameters here, and finally we are getting the value of the D matrix as equation number 4, which is 56 into 10 cube multiplied by a 3 by 3 matrix. Next we need to perform the matrix multiplication of D and B. So that means we need to perform the matrix multiplication of a 3 by 3 matrix and a 3 by 6 matrix. So that means ultimately we'll be getting a 3 by 6 matrix. From the concept of matrix multiplication, we know that part. So finally we are getting the value of the multiplication of D and B as equation number 5. So now we need to calculate the stress. So the formula for the stress, it is sigma. This is actually the multiplication of D matrix, B matrix and a U matrix, which is a nodal displacement, a column matrix actually. So this U matrix, it is a column matrix of U1, V1, U2, V2, U3, V3. Now if we put the value of the matrix multiplication of D and B, which we have calculated earlier, which you can see here in the earlier slide as equation number 5. So you need to put this value of D and B matrix multiplication, and after that the value of u1, v1, u2, v2, u3, v3, these are actually given in this numerical, so you need to put the values here of these nodal displacements. So that means finally there is another matrix multiplication. So that means here one matrix is of 3 by 6 matrix and another is a 6 by 1 matrix. So finally the matrix multiplication, it will be a 3 by 1 matrix. So that means the sigma or the stress matrix we are getting as 311.05 multiplied by a column matrix of -17, -0.5 and 0.75. Now this sigma matrix, it is actually sigma x, sigma y and tau xy, it's column matrix. So this is our equation number 6 that we have got here. So it means a lot of matrix multiplication we have done in this numerical and some formula regarding the stress, then the strain displacement matrix, all these things we have to remember. So that means from equation number 6 we can say that the value of the normal stress sigma x, it is minus 5288.36 Newton per millimeter square. Then the value of normal stress sigma y, it is minus 155.54 Newton per millimeter square. And the value of shear stress tau xy, it is 233.31 Newton per millimeter square. Next we need to calculate the maximum and minimum normal stress also. So the formula for the sigma max and sigma 1, this is actually sigma x plus sigma y by 2 plus root under sigma x minus sigma y by 2 whole square plus tau xy square. So the value of the sigma x, sigma y and tau xy we have already calculated. So we need to put all these values of the stresses in equation number 7 and finally we can calculate the value of maximum normal stress sigma 1, which is coming as minus 144.956 Newton per millimeter square. So in a similar manner we need to calculate the minimum normal stress sigma min, which is sigma 2, this is sigma x plus sigma y divided by 2 minus root under sigma x minus sigma y by 2 whole square plus tau xy square. So we need to put the values of all the normal and shear stresses again in this formula of the minimum normal stress, and finally we can calculate the value of sigma 2, it is minus 5298.9 Newton per millimeter square. So till now we have calculated the value of the normal and shear stresses and maximum and minimum normal stress. And lastly we need to calculate the value of the principal angle, that is theta p. And the formula of the principal angle, it is tan 2 theta p, this is 2 tau xy divided by sigma x minus sigma y. So all these formulas we have discussed in the earlier lecture, so we need to actually remember and practice all such formula. These are not very easy to remember, so we need to practice all this formula to remember and so that we can suitably use all this formula in the required numerical. So the formula for principal angle tan 2 theta p, this is 2 tau xy divided by sigma x minus sigma y. This is equation number 9. Now that means 2 theta p, it is tan inverse 2 tau xy divided by sigma x minus sigma y. So we need to put the value of the shear stress and the normal stresses here. So that means finally we are getting the tan inverse something, so it is actually minus 5.194 degree. So the value of the principal angle theta p, it is now minus 2.59 degree. So this is the procedure with the help of which we have calculated this numerical to calculate the normal and shear stresses, then the maximum and minimum normal stress, and finally the principal angle. Let us discuss one more numerical. So here it is given that for the triangular element, it is given in this figure 1, we need to obtain the strain displacement matrix B and we need to determine the strains Ex, Ey and tau xy. The nodal displacements are given, or u1, u2, u3, v1, v2, v3. All the values for this nodal displacements are given here, and all the coordinates are in millimeters. So this is the numerical. Now let us first write what are the things given and what are the things that we need to find for this numerical. So in this triangular element diagram, we can write the coordinates corresponding to the nodal points. So we have identified x1, y1, x2, y2 and x3, y3 in this diagram. Then we have written all the nodal displacement values which are actually given in this numerical. Now we need to find the normal strain Ex, Ey and the shear strain gamma xy. So first we need to calculate the area of the element. The formula for the area of the element, it is known to us, which is half into a 3 by 3 matrix which consists of the all the coordinates. So we need to put all the coordinates here, and then we need to perform a matrix multiplication, and finally we can calculate the area of the element as 19.5 millimeters square. So here it is some typing mistake actually, so the unit will be millimeter square. It is the area of the element. Next we need to find the value of the strain displacement matrix B. So the formula for the strain displacement matrix, it is 1 by 2 IC multiplied by a 3 by 6 matrix, where the parameters q1, q2, q3, r1, r2 and r3, these are there. So we need to write the formula of this q1, q2, q3. Q1 is y2 minus y3, then q2 is y3 minus y1. So all the values of this y1, y2, y3, x1, x2, x3 will get from the coordinates which is given in this diagram. So we need to put all the coordinate values, and finally we can calculate the value of these various parameters here. So after that we need to put the value of the area and the value of all the 6 different coordinates in the formula of the strain displacement matrix, which is matrix B. So that means finally we are getting the equation number 3 after putting all the values of the area and the 6 different parameters. Now we need to calculate the element strain. So the formula of the element strain E matrix, this is actually B matrix multiplied by U matrix. So B matrix we have already calculated, and the U matrix, it is a column matrix which consists of U1, V1, U2, V2 and U3, V3. Now next we need to put the value of the B matrix and this nodal displacements in the mathematical expression of the column matrix of U. So that means there is a matrix multiplication that we need to perform. So it is a 3 by 6 matrix and a 6 by 1 matrix. So that finally we will be getting a 3 by 1 matrix. So we need to perform this matrix multiplication very carefully so that there will be no mistake in this matrix multiplication. And finally we are getting the element strain E matrix as 1 by 39 multiplied by a 3 by 1 matrix, which is a column matrix. So that means this E matrix, this is actually a column matrix of Ex, Ey and the shear strain is gamma xy. So from this line, this equation, we can write the value of the normal strain. It is Ex, actually 5.38 into 10 to the minus 4. Then the normal strain Ey, this is 1.4615 into 10 to the minus 3. And the value of the shear strain gamma xy, it is 3.589 into 10 to the minus 4. Okay, so these are the 3 different numericals that we have discussed in this lecture. So a lot of formula we have seen how to use all this formula to calculate the area, then the strain displacement matrix, and to calculate the normal stress, shear stress, normal strain, all these things we have discussed today. After that we have found the maximum shear stress, minimum shear stress, all these things also. So that means a lot of matrix multiplication we have discussed today, which are very much required to solve such type of numericals based on the two-dimensional scalar variable problems. So we need to remember and practice all those 12 different formulas based on which we will be able to solve these numericals for the two-dimensional problems. Okay, so this is the end for this lecture.